Hope you're having a great day. I wanted to go over some of the lifestyle changes that our patients and clients around the world have been making through 2022. Now, a lot of these lifestyle changes are simple, they're common, they're needed. They're the fundamentals of human wellness. They're the fundamentals of the human body. You see, I keep talking about simplicity being the new luxury. I keep talking about common sense being a superpower. What I did is we looked at all the data of our patients. Cancer, diabetes, obesity, blood pressure, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, Rett syndrome, broad spectrum, autism, different conditions. We also looked at people who are at extreme levels of fitness. They're very, very fit people, and they make and live certain lifestyles to prevent disease, as long as it's in our control. What we're going to go over today are some of these lifestyles. I have a whole list of them, so we'll start off, we'll go with a couple of them, and maybe we'll cover the rest of them before the year ends. So if you have a paper and pen, or you have your notepads ready, be sure to make some notes, because like I always say, complication is necessary, but only once the simple stuff has been done. Only once you have the fundamentals in place. Let me explain that. You can have the most complicated system, but every doctor, every engineer, anyone who's ever created something knows that if the fundamentals work, everything works. But if even one small fundamental isn't working, complication is unnecessary without fixing that one fundamental. Today, a lot of people all over the world have become health obsessed. They're trying to do so much. It's good. But do you need to do that much? But most people, they're obsessed with doing more and more, but they don't have the fundamentals in place. The first step is keeping the fundamentals in place consistently. You don't need intensity. You need consistency. Consistency with the small habits. Consistency with the small lifestyle changes. Consistency with the small wins every day. That is better than intensity. And we've seen that. Everything I'm about to share with you today, our clients around the world and the country have been doing this, and we've seen the results. They're measurable results. We're also going to cover some of the points that affect us when it comes to indigestion, acidity, pancreatitis, constipation, diarrhea, and all of these things through common lifestyle changes. Number one, let's go through them really quickly because I can spend an hour on each of these lifestyle changes, but we're not going to do that. I probably covered them in previous videos. Number one, late night dinners. Stop late night dinners. Once in a way, it's okay. Our body can deal with it. But you need to understand that once the sun sets, okay, or we don't want to eat too close to bedtime. That's how the human body works. Our body isn't just set up to digest food whenever we want to feed it. So stop late night meals. By bringing your meals earlier, you will find a notable difference in your digestive health, the way you feel, lightness, and even your overall fat burn. Number two, try to sleep 2 hours before midnight. That would make it about 10 o'clock average for all of us. Now, everything I'm talking to you, I don't mean to preach to you. All I'm saying is, change your perception, change your mindset, try it. If it works for you, do it. If it doesn't work for you, or maybe you can't do it because you work night shifts. Maybe you work night shifts, you're a pilot, you're a doctor, you're in the police force, and you work different shifts, then just do your best. But for everyone else, 2 hours before midnight, that's the powerful time for your body. That's the powerful time for sleep. Even if you want to rebuild good sleeping habits, aim to get into bed 2 hours before midnight. Number three, we all know this. It works for all of us. Phones off, gadgets off 1 hour before bedtime, and do not switch it on for 1 hour after you wake up. 1 hour before bedtime, you want to keep your melatonin going for you. You do not want to be exposed to blue light. Use that 1 hour to communicate, talk, listen to music, meditate, make love, whatever it is. You find something to do. And when you wake up in the morning, first connect with natural light. Look outside your window. I'm not saying you need to go for a walk. If you can, that's great for you. But do not switch your phone on. Do not connect with blue light immediately. Connect with the rising sun if you can. Natural light. That's extremely important for building your overall sleep cycle. It's great for your circadian rhythm and your overall health, including your eyesight. Okay, number three, try to get sunlight every day. Don't try. Make it happen. There is power in the sun. There is magic in the sun. Okay, depending on the country that you live in, you want to follow the local guidelines for when the sun is the safest for you. Because in some places, it's unsafe for you at various times because of depletion in the ozone. For different countries, it could be different. So you may want to check with your local advisory boards on, in the country that you live in, what is the best time to get sunlight. Sunlight is medicine. This has been phenomenal for so many of our patients through 2022 and even before that. Just getting them exposed 15 to 20 minutes to the sun. It's not just for vitamin D3, it's for infrared. Infrared is anti-inflammatory. Inflammation is the biggest cause of every disease, including obesity, that we have in the world right now. So when you get sunlight, you get infrared. In countries where you don't get sunlight, that's why they promote infrared saunas. That's good for you as well. But that infrared is highly anti-inflammatory, and it even works with melatonin to help you sleep better at night. Then the simple practice, the pranayama, anulom vilom, which is alternate nostril breathing. You close the left nostril, breathe to the right. You close the right, you breathe to the left. Do 10 counts, 15 counts. It is life-changing. It can help you to sleep deeper. It can help you to energize you. It's beautiful. Learn it, start practicing it. Box breathing. We've spoken about this 100 plus times. When you're anxious, you're going through anxiety, because life is going to have anxiety. Life is going to have struggles. It's going to have death. It's going to have grief. It's also going to have happy times, wins, success, and everything else. But when we feel anxious or we're trying to calm down, we're trying to sleep better, box breathing. Example, 4 seconds inhale, 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds exhale, 4 seconds hold between the end of your exhale and the beginning of the next inhale. 6 to 8 counts. You'll know what I mean when I say it's powerful, and it helps you calm down almost immediately. For your gut, there's a simple drink that I'm going to teach you to make right now, whether you have indigestion, constipation, bloating. It may not solve all these problems directly, but it'll give you relief, because there are several other lifestyle changes you need to make for great gut health. So you take ajwain. Okay, in English, it's also called bishop's weed, or they're called carom seeds. Just take a pinch of it. Okay, and you take 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds. Okay, that's jeera in Hindi, and 1 teaspoon of sauf, which is your fennel seeds in English. So you take 1 teaspoon of fennel, 1 teaspoon of jeera, which is your cumin, and you take a pinch of ajwain or bishop's weed or carom seeds. You boil it together for 6 to 7 minutes, reduce it to half, and you have a cup of this before your meal, after your meal, or 1 to 2 to 3 cups in a day, if you want better gut health, especially if you have indigestion, bloating, flatulence, and all of these problems. Fasting. We know the world has made fasting into a fad. People have made fasting into a fad, but we all know that fasting is unique to us. Some people get beautiful results in 12 hours of fasting. Some get it in 14, some get it in 16, some get it in 20. You find out what works for you. Even just 12 simple hours of fasting is super powerful. And if you can run your fasting according to the circadian rhythm, for example, you stop eating after sunset, and then you only eat after sunrise. That's automatically 12 hours. And if you're not hungry after sunrise, extend it until you are hungry. Not till when social media tells you to break it, your friends do it. Everyone is unique. You are different. I am different. On some days, my body fasts for 14 hours. On some days, I go to 24. On some days, I can't fast because I need food. Listen to your body. Every day can be different. But the simplest way is the circadian fasting. Stop eating at sunset if your job allows you, if your lifestyle allows you. If not, it's okay. Do your best. And then eat only after sunrise. This is powerful. Okay? Then we have, when it comes to emotional health, what's worked for a lot of our clients who are going through mental anxiety and emotional health? Expression. We hold so much in us over the years. We hold our childhood baggage, relationship baggage. Start to express before it explodes within you, before it manifests into diseases. Yes, suppressed emotions can cause the deadliest of diseases. Learn to express to a friend, to a family member, to a spouse, whoever it is. If you have no one to express to, write it down and tear it up. Record a voice note. Express, delete it. But expression is extremely important for your emotional and your mental health. building relationships and making memories. We're all caught up in chasing material things and things that don't matter, temporary happiness, temporary dopamine boosts for us. But 2023, yeah, we should aim at building relationships. It doesn't have to be with your partner, your husband, your wife. You can build relationships with friends, with people, with your siblings. Look at relationships that are damaged. Can you repair them? Or is your ego and pride coming in between what could be a great relationship? Building relationships is extremely healthy for you at a cellular level, physical level, mental and emotional and spiritual level. Make memories. While you spend money on material things and stuff that you forget about in a week after you buy them, spend money on making memories, experiences, whether it's travel, it's holidays, it's doing fun things with your partners, with your children or whatever. But build memories, because sometimes when you're low and you think of all the memories you've made, it's uplifting. It's like spending time in nature. You get that automatic boost of serotonin, which is a neurotransmitter that makes us feel good. Service, giving back. Not just writing out a check and giving money, but giving your time, volunteering. You may have a skill. Can you mentor someone? Can you be a good listener? Can you help people? Because the best feeling in the world comes from giving back. If you've not felt this feeling yet, I want you to feel it. Do it so that you can realize it. There is a feeling that exists that nothing can compare to, and that is when you've made impact in someone's life. When you've given without expectation, when you're able to be of service without expectation, and you see smiles on people's faces, or you know the impact that you've made, it is a priceless feeling. It is great for your mental health, your emotional health, longevity, and your overall wellness. So start learning to give back, giving your time. There are so many ways to give back. You don't have to do it through money. You have a skill, teach that skill. You have something to share, share. You're a good listener, listen to people. A lot of people can heal just when someone listens to them. And someone talks, you don't interrupt them, you give them unconditional listening, and they start to feel better, they heal. You contributed to that. You don't have to be a doctor to heal someone. You don't have to be a nutritionist. You don't have to be any of this. All of us have the ability to heal because we're made up of energies. And when we use these energies the right way, we can bring healing to people in so many different ways. Healing just doesn't mean recovery from a disease. Healing is such a vast, deep word. Give back, service. The next thing, we have so many women and young girls who have PCOS and painful cramping during their period cycle. Well, there could be several reasons again, and it's not enough of time to cover that. What's really worked for all of these girls, most of these girls and women going through this pain during their PMS cycles is magnesium. They have a deficiency in magnesium. So you either take a magnesium supplement or simpler. You buy raw cacao powder, and you take 1 teaspoon, you mix it with a glass of water, and you drink it every day, not just before your period cycle, every day for a month. And you will find that the pain starts to reduce. Now, like I said, there could be several other reasons why you have pain. You could have your endometrial lining growing, you could have endometriosis, you could have other causes. But if it's because of a deficiency of magnesium, sometimes of hemoglobin, fix this, and that pain can get better. Reflection. Through 2022, we stressed on the word reflection mode and meditation. A lot of people don't like to meditate. A lot of people find it difficult to meditate. But here's a new word, reflection. How do you reflect? It's so powerful. You see, we go through all of our day, so busy, and then we're sleepy at night, and we don't even have time to go over and reflect on what happened in the day. A lot of our life lessons come from reflection. Let me give you a simple example. If you're on social media and you're consuming reel after reel, let's say you consumed 15 reels today or 30 reels yesterday. Now my question to you is, what do you remember? And most people, when I ask them this question, they don't even remember one of the reels because it's just dopamine, dopamine, dopamine. You're moving from one page to another, scrolling one reel to another. But through reflection, you slow down your life. 10 minutes before bed, 15 minutes before bed, close your eyes and reflect from the time you woke up to the time you slept. You'll find opportunities to be grateful. You'll find lessons. You'll find things that you loved, things that you didn't like. You're not using reflection to judge. You're using reflection to observe. And it's through reflection that we realize how rich we are. Even gratitude, a lot of people struggle with gratitude. So I push them to the first step of reflection, because through reflection, we can find out what we could be grateful for through the day. Otherwise, most people maintain a gratitude journal, and it's, I'm thankful for my family, I'm thankful for my money, I'm thankful for my job. No, you're scratching the surface. It's not going to make you feel good. But when you reflect in your day, you remember that gesture of kindness that someone extended to you, or something that made you smile, or something that you did for someone that made you smile, or something that you have and you really feel grateful for. Reflection is powerful. So if you don't want to meditate, that's okay. Learn it. It's beautiful. But reflection is super powerful. It is through reflection that we get the strength to accept and let go. It is through reflection that we understand our ego and pride is our biggest obstacle towards enjoying life when things don't go well for us. So that's something else. MTA. MTA. A lot of you notice, move to action. Whenever you're anxious, you're stressed out, there is always one action you can take. No matter how big or little it is, take the action to feel better. There is always an action to take, because if you don't take the action, you're stuck in victim mode. You're stuck as a slave to that emotion or that event. So you're stuck in a puddle. Okay, you want to get out of the puddle. The puddle's full of dirty water. You need to take one action, which is a step forward, backward, jump, sideways. But without the action, you're stuck in the puddle. So remember MTA. Okay, remember what we did. We did the 5-minute rule or the 10-minute rule. Okay, you're angry, something's not going well for you. You have 10 minutes to feel angry, to feel like a victim, to feel horrible, to feel whatever you want. But after 10 minutes, you got to move to action. You got to take control of your life, action points, and move forward. That's what MTA is, juggling. We spoke about one of the most powerful exercises for your brain. Whether it's Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, prevention, you're young, you're elderly, doesn't matter. 2 tennis balls and juggle. And keep changing the hands and juggle. The balls can fall, but that action of juggling is scientifically proven to be one of the most powerful exercises for your brain. You can do puzzles, you can do crosswords, all of that is also good, but we're looking at little things that you can do. Wherever I travel, I have 2 tennis balls. Sometimes I'm at an airport, on a flight, I just juggle. Keep your brain active. Because what's not keeping our brain healthy is the amount of content we're consuming, the amount of screen time, the amount of shallow entertainment. All of that's going in our head. It's not making our brain stronger. In fact, there's a lot of brain cell death that happens with too much of content consumption that we have. Then when it comes to your overall body, fat loss, hormones, bone density, prevention of osteoporosis, longevity, build muscle. Doesn't matter if you're a girl, boy, man, woman, doesn't matter who you are. Whether you're 50, 60, 70, 80, build muscle. I'm not talking about big muscle. I'm talking about resistance training. It could be weightlifting. It could be yoga where you're holding the asanas for a longer time. You're challenging muscle. It could be resistance bands. Whatever it is, over and above all the exercise that you do, build muscle. That'll help you live longer, stronger bones, better movement, less injury, faster metabolism. The only way to actually burn fat is by building muscle and keeping your insulin levels low. So that's when it comes to exercise. Learn yoga. I have a lot of fans all over the world. Learn yoga. You can do it online, get a good teacher online, get a teacher in the area that you live, but learn yoga. It's beautiful. It's not just for a calm mind. Most people's bodies are tight today. We need flexibility. We need mobility. Yoga is beautiful. There are different schools of yoga. Be careful which one you choose. Choose the right one, but learn yoga. It will change your life at every level, because yoga is not an exercise. It is a way of living. And you don't have to embrace the whole way of living. You can embrace a couple of things. Like out of yoga, if there's one thing I wanted you to learn in January 2023, Surya Namaskar. It's a simple process. You can do 1 Surya Namaskar a day and then eventually reach 3 or 4 or 5. You want to do more, because it makes you feel so good. It works out every single joint in the human body and activates every single muscle in the human body. Something as simple as a Surya Namaskar, which could take less than a minute to do a full set. So you do 6 minutes. We all have 6 minutes. If we don't, we need to talk about time management next. All right. What we did through 2022 is we educated our patients and our clients and our people not to focus on happiness. Toxic positivity is a huge, huge problem. Stop chasing happiness. What you want to look at is fulfillment. You see, a lot of us do things to make us happy. 2 days later, we're unhappy again. There's a big difference between happiness and fulfillment. You can have little and feel fulfilled. You can have a lot and still not feel happy. So what are the things that fulfill you? Who are the people that fulfill you? What is the kind of work that fulfills you? Aim for fulfillment. Because fulfillment, when you aim for fulfillment, you hold your inner peace. You're satisfied. You're happy inside. But when you're chasing happiness, especially built on comparison with your life, your body with other people, it's never ending. You're going to live a whole life chasing happiness and never feeling happy. But when you're fulfilled, you slow down. You start putting more time and effort and money in the things and people that make you feel fulfilled rather than wasting it. So aim for fulfillment. We've seen the change that has happened amongst our patients and clients who have moved to fulfillment versus happiness. You see, everything I say, I want you to listen. Perception. The key word for 2023 is perception. You don't have to listen to what everyone says because everyone's different. My advice for you could be different for you and it could be great for someone else. The point is, listen. Does this make sense? Can I try this? Is it working for me? Do it. If not, maybe something else is going to work. Don't be a sheep. Move out of herd mentality. Don't follow trends mindlessly because you're a unique individual. You're a bio-individual. You are unique. What works for someone else doesn't have to work for you. But we have common sense to say, hey, this makes sense for me. Let me try it. Wow, it's working for me. Let me make this a lifestyle change. Oh, I tried it. It doesn't work for me. There's something else that I need to find. Make your decisions by listening, understanding, right perception. Change limiting mindsets and limiting belief systems that is holding you as a prisoner where you are right now in every aspect of your life. So basically, if you want to awaken in 2023, you look inside of you. If you want to just continue dreaming and chasing, you look outside. But if you want to awaken and realize that all the answers to our change is within us, this is the way you look inside. Doesn't mean we don't look outside. Of course we look outside, but we look outside with a new mindset that we're learning, we're understanding. Everything doesn't have to be true. A lot of stuff that people say is only their opinion. It worked for them. It doesn't have to work for you. So change your perception. Look outside with a new perception. Not to believe what everyone's saying. Use your own common sense. It's called critical thinking. Ask questions. Okay, everyone's saying this and doing this. Does it make sense to me? Should I do it? Yes? No? No. Critical thinking. Perception. These are the words. Before I end, of course, I'm going to cover key words in 2023. What we're going to learn in 2023 is we're going to continue with small wins every day because that's work for all of our people. We're going to take one little small win, achieve it, move on to the next because we're not looking at achieving big goals. We fail. We're looking at small wins and doing them consistently. From the emotional health part and the mental health part, there's one word that we're going to be focusing on: resentment. I'm going to be talking a lot about resentment. We're going to teach you how to break resentment. We're going to educate you on how to remove resentment from your life because resentment is causing disease. Resentment, bitterness, guilt, all of these negative emotions are today medically connected with disease, with inflammation. It's causing problems. So we got to educate one another to learn how to handle resentment because it's a real emotion. All of us go through resentment. If you're hurt, you'll be bitter. If something didn't go your way, you resent it. You resent a person. You resent a government. You resent so many things happening, but that resentment is hurting you. So there's a way out of it through understanding, through action and change. But that's a whole different video. So these are some of the few lifestyle changes. At the end of the day, there are 5 pillars, 5 fundamentals for human health. Nutrition. What food do you feed yourself? The time is important. The quality is important. The quantity is important. Your exercise and movement, it's got to be holistic. Yes, there should be muscle. There should also be endurance. There should be stamina. There should be cardiovascular. There should be flexibility. There should be mobility. And there should be brain exercises too. And then the third vertical is sleep. Good old sleep. Powerful medicine. The world's teaching you to move away from sleep. And that's why we're sicker. But we have to get back to our circadian rhythms, embrace sleep as a powerful medicine. The 4th pillar, your emotional wellness. We know that we feel better when we feel emotionally good, which means every cell in your body is working in harmony. When your cells are in disharmony, you have disease. And the 5th pillar is the spirit. How do we nurture the spirit within us? To put it all together and simply live a complete, wholesome life, which will have problems, which will have debt, grief, struggles, and it will also have goodness, happiness, joy, fulfillment, success, and everything else. The moment you change your mindset and understand that that is what life is, it's not just a bed of roses. When you accept what life is, it helps you to make your action plan and get through every day and not just get hit and crumble down emotionally when things don't go your way because you thought you were entitled. So have a great day, everyone. Enjoy yourself till the end of the year. We're going to look forward to going live very, very often in the new year. I'm going to be opening markets in Africa, so I'll be in Nairobi in Kenya in February. We're doing a lot of work in Canada this year, the US, we continue, Dubai. I hope to meet a lot of my fans living in different parts of the world as well. But we continue to educate you, focus on emotional health, resentment. Cancer continues to be something that we work very closely with. I'm going to be doing a whole video on that, on all the success points of our cancer patients who had a few days to live, a few weeks to live. But they're living today. What are these lifestyle changes that they made when medicine couldn't work for them anymore? We're going to talk about the importance of integrating medicine. There is medicine. Medicine is good for you if it's given to you at the right time for the right reason and you are making lifestyle changes. It's a powerful synergy that can help save lives and help us to overcome diseases as well, heal, recover, and enjoy the finite time that we have on this earth. It's not about a choice. It's not about extremes. It's about you as an individual and what you put together to heal you. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, breathe deep, and remember, you care is all about you.